Kenny, your wish has come to life. Hangman Page is back in AE freaking W, and I've always been a bit of a criticizer of this guy because I mean he acted like a bit of a like a teenager emo kid that hates his life. Dad, don't talk to me. I'm going to my room. But now this
That's
week,
his character.
yeah, I
That
know
was his character.
that was his character. Now he changed it up, and he looks like a serious man. I kind of like it, but there it is. There it is. A bit of a new, Titantron, bit of a decent, different presentation. New theme song. How do you like it so far, Kenny?
So far, I love it. Now, I did like the anxious cowboy he was playing before. I thought it was a good character with him drinking because he was kind of insecure. You know what? I loved it. And even if he brings back the drink gimmick, I wouldn't mind. But it seems like he's going with like a psycho serious Hangman now. After everything he's been through before he left, now he's sick of playing the games. We heard him tell the Young Bucks straight up, I am not a kid. I am not your do boy anymore. I'm not doing all of that. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to win this Owen Cup. And I think the man is not lying. So Hangman, I always tell y'all, this guy has the most potential out of anybody in AEW. Will Ospreay's there now. I see something big in him as well, but, I think Hangman is still the guy. I think if they keep him on the right track, give him the right path, make him go down this crazy heel path, and then come back as a babyface, I think you can make the guy huge.
Brian, what do you think, man?
Oh boy. You ain't gonna want to hear what I gotta say, bro. First off, being a guy, I don't know about being a guy, bro. I think Hangman is a good. He's a good opponent for Swerve. When we talk about Hangman and what we see in Hangman, I just don't know if he has that potential to be the guy at this point. Again, simply because of what's happened before. The only memorable thing I can remember about Hangman is Swerve.
What happened before? What do you mean?
I can't remember what happened before.
See, boom, you just dunking on the man and you don't even know why.
Nah, bro. He's just not, bro. I've never been able to take Hangman serious. I'm not even talking about the CM Punk thing. I've just never been able to take him serious, bro. And the only memorable thing that he's done since he's won the AEW title a couple years back is have a crazy rivalry with Swerve. So, me personally, I don't believe in a man.
Whoa.
The CM Punk thing is reason enough to take him serious because he went straight in that ring, stood in that man's face, looked at him and told him what he thought about it. Like, bro, this is a wrestling promo. We're going to bring this into the wrestling world, so I'm going to give you this and see how you react to it. And CM Punk was a girl crybaby and couldn't take it. Now, this to me, I got even more respect for Hangman because as big as a star CM Punk was for AEW, Hangman did not care. He went and got his stuff off in his face and not behind his back. And I commend the man for it. Go ahead, kiddo. You can cry about it too. I don't care.
That's just interesting phrasing, man. You know what I mean? You gotta watch what you're saying. But look, I told you in the beginning of the video, I didn't like this guy too much. I thought he had potential too. All the way back when he was still on the indies, before AEW was a thing. Like, I remember rooting for this guy in New Japan because, like, out of everybody in the elite, I thought he was the most serious one. I thought he was the most talented one. And I wanted to see him succeed. When AEW first started, I wanted to see him succeed. But then they took 20 years to give him the title when it was too late. And when they gave him the title, I felt like they did absolutely nothing with him. So it fell flat. And that's where I got off the ride with the cowboy. I didn't like it. And after that, he did the drunk gimmick stuff, which is understandable, like, yeah, sure, if you're going through a tough time, especially as a man, drinks are very, very attractive to you, but it wasn't consistent. I mean, AEW always had problems with many people when it comes to following up, being consistent, and Hangman was a victim of that. But what I see this week is great. It kind of felt like a reset to me. I mean, it was a reset because it's been a while since we've seen him too. His last match was against Swerve, right? And that was however many months ago. Swerve and Joe, fair enough. Yeah, actually, you're right. So I want so much for this run of Hangman to make sense. I don't want this to end 1 month later, or like the pay-per-view comes, Blood and Guts or whatever, and then he disappears for 2 months and comes back to Saturday Night. No, this needs to continue, and if it continues, it should, and I think it will continue until he gets to that AEW Championship level again, AEW Championship match with Swerve. This is a definite main event, Swerve versus Hangman, that we're going to see. I need to see that. And honestly, from what I've seen this week, if this guy comes in here and kind of presents himself and carries himself like this every single week, give him the championship. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, so you're making a call right now. Give him the championship at All In.
If he continues like this, I think he might have it.
See, AEW is in a good spot right now because you got Hangman coming back with this psycho gimmick and that going up against Swerve, who kind of has a sadistic thing going on as well. I think they could build a huge match for All In. And we've already seen what these guys can do together multiple times, back to back match of the year contenders. And I think this one is going to be no different. And because they have these great matches, if they can continue giving these guys good work, like with their stories, I think this could be a big spot for All In. I think this is definitely going to be a big spot for All In. And you know what? I'm not going to disagree with you. I would not be mad if Hangman Page walks out here with the championship because he's another one of these young guys. The guy's only 32 years old, and I think he can hang in there with the best of them, just like Swerve. These can be two of AEW's biggest stars if they stick these two. They just got to stay on the right path with him. And I think they have been on the right path. Hangman just had a baby, apparently. That's why he was out. So I don't think it's a problem with them just pulling him off TV, putting him back on. The guy had to go handle his business, but now he's back. And you know what? As long as they follow up with this week and keep his character cooking, I think we'll be in a good space. Brian, you have lost your mind, young man, because who in the world is who's doing better work than Hangman right now? Who's doing better work than Swerve right now? For you to say you're just completely disinterested, I think you lost it.
I'm disinterested in Hangman, bro. I'm not saying nothing about Swerve. I got to see a little bit more from Hangman. I feel like I always pay attention to what Hangman is doing, and then all of a sudden, Hangman's not doing nothing anymore. So give me a couple weeks, sir. You old man. Please give me a couple weeks just to see what's going on, and then we'll make a decision based on that, bro.
No, he's valid, man. He's not Stone Cold. He's not John Cena. He doesn't have this trust built up. He needs to get himself to that level, stay on there for a while, and then we'll see.
Now he's 32. He's 32. Why are we comparing him to Hangman or Stone Cold and John Cena?
That's what I'm saying. He needs to get to that level.
I don't think Hero compared him, though. I think it's more like he needs to build up that trust.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to tell y'all right now, Swerve Strickland versus Hangman Page, that is your new Stone Cold versus The Rock. It's going to happen in AEW. They're going to build these guys up, and these are going to be the two biggest stars in the wrestling world. And if they were in WWE, y'all would agree with me. So I don't want to hear no disputes on it. Hangman has a bigger upside than, what's y'all's guy's name? Solo Sikoa.
Who?
Am I lying?
Anyways, look.
Who cares?
Let's not get into it. Just
saying, bro. How can you not see the star in Hangman, but you see the star in Solo?
Who said I see the star in Solo, though?
Okay, so you don't. So you don't see it, right?
I've admitted this before. I said Solo is not the guy.
Sure. I just want to make sure we're staying consistent. So, all right, cool. If you don't see it in Hangman, fine. As long as you don't see it in Solo either, I'll give it to you.
No, Hangman is way better than Solo. I mean, come on now.
100%.
There we go. You're better than Jacob Fatu and all the other guys, too, to be honest.
Now, let's not get into that, Kenny. The last thing I want to say about this whole Hangman thing is that he's facing off against Jay White upcoming. I guess they had matches before, but his theme song, now it really feels like the Bang Bang Gang theme song to me, kind of very similar. But yeah.
So I feel the cowboy vibes in Hangman's. I don't feel it in the, you're right.
I do like his new package, though. I will say that. His new package
you like his new package?
The theme song, bro, the attire, all that. You know what I'm saying, bro?
Zoom in on Brian real quick.
The attire, the theme song, the Titantron, I think is all good stuff. That's the one thing I can say about AEW, bro.
I agree.
AEW's like music is like
top
notch, miles and states away over WWE's. Yeah.
There we go. My boy cooking now. Y'all see? We just got to talk to him for a minute. Then we get him on the right track.